Well, the southern border in the spotlight at the Texas Capitol today. Lawmakers are considering a bill that would dramatically expand the state's power and purview over border enforcement with the creation of a new border protection unit.
Now, our Ryan Chandler spoke with Texans traveling from around the state. Sounds like some are really for this, some against it. What are they telling you today?
Many are saying that this would be a bold, in many ways unprecedented step for Texas's jurisdiction over the border. In fact, in the very first part of this bill, lawmakers are asserting that Texas's right to take matters into our own hands is more important than ever now. They invoke the invasions clause of the United States Constitution. That's a provision that says if you're a state, you can't wage war, you can't keep troops, you can't engage in foreign policy unless you're being invaded or if your state is under imminent danger. Now, the bill argues that because of the situation on the southern border, it could meet those standards, so Texas should now have the right to farther police our border. That has Texans who live on the border, though, worried about how far those powers could go.
Are you angry, yes or no?
Yes!
From the Rio Grande Valley to El Paso, Texans on the border rallied in Austin on Wednesday to protest bills they say will hurt their communities.
No! 20! No! 20!
House Bill 20 would give border enforcement authority to a new arm of Texas DPS, a proposal that has some border residents worried.
These bills are dangerous bills, are going to perpetuate hate in our communities. Black and brown people will be the most affected through these bills because it's going to perpetuate racial profiling.
The Border Protection Unit would be tasked with broad duties, like arresting illegal border crossers, building border barriers, searching vehicles for drugs and human trafficking, and repelling cartel violence.
We need this to take place. Organized crime is taking root throughout Texas.
Local law enforcement says that's just the kind of support they need.
I think that the problem is most people look at this and they think it's a new border patrol. That's not what this is. This is a law enforcement organization that is designed to enforce the laws that are already on the books in the state of Texas.
Supporters and opponents of that legislation agree that both state and federal leaders have not done enough to care for Texans on the border. At issue now is how best to invest in those communities.
There's a lot of needs in South Texas, like drainage, public lights, paved roads, and the necessities are not being advocated for.
Ryan Chandler, KXAN News. We should note also there was a new version of the bill introduced in committee today that may alleviate some stakeholders' concerns. Some were worried about the qualifications, the training of the officers who would be in this unit. The new version of the bill would require officers in the Border Protection Unit to be trained with Texas standards or to have former experience as an officer in another state. It still does designate the governor as the sole person in charge of appointing the unit's chief, and it doesn't grant the director of the Department of Public Safety any responsibility for that unit.
All right, Ryan Chandler reporting live. Thanks so much. Adding some depth to this whole issue, U.S. Customs and Border Protection announced that it does have plans to roll out a desktop version of CBP One by the end of the month. That is from our colleagues at Border Report. This is the app migrants use to apply for asylum appointments at U.S. ports of entry. Since it rolled out earlier this year, advocates and migrants complained it's glitchy, often freezing and crashing. Part of this blamed on spotty Wi-Fi in Mexico, but the desktop version will only allow migrants to register. It's not necessarily intended for actual appointment scheduling. Now, asylum seekers will still be required to log on to CBP One using a cell phone to schedule appointments at U.S. port locations. CBP revealed over 75,000 appointments have been scheduled by asylum seekers using the app since January.